Herbal medicine predates written history. Long before laboratories, randomized trials, or pharmacology textbooks, humans observed plants, experimented carefully, and passed down knowledge through generations. Today, modern science is revisiting many of those traditions, not to romanticize them, but to understand their biochemical reality. Herbal wisdom is not magic. It is biochemistry, physiology, and context. This edition of Herbal Wisdom Fridays explores what herbs actually are from a scientific perspective. 1. What herbs really are, a scientific perspective. From a scientific standpoint, herbs are best understood as complex biochemical systems, not single-action remedies. Plants synthesize a wide range of phytochemicals. These compounds were never designed for humans, yet many interact meaningfully with human physiology. When consumed, phytochemicals can influence cellular signaling, enzyme activity, gene expression, and metabolic pathways. Importantly, their effects are typically regulatory rather than corrective. They nudge systems toward balance rather than force outcomes. Polyphenols. Widely studied for their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, polyphenols help regulate oxidative stress and inflammatory signaling. Their primary value lies not in neutralizing toxins, but in influencing how cells respond to stress at the molecular level. Alkaloids. Often among the most pharmacologically potent plant compounds, alkaloids can strongly affect the nervous system, cardiovascular function, and pain pathways. Because of this potency, they can be therapeutic at low doses and harmful at higher ones, underscoring the importance of dosage and context. Flavonoids. A large subgroup of polyphenols, flavonoids, plays roles in cell signaling, vascular function, and immune modulation. Their benefits often emerge through long-term, cumulative exposure rather than immediate effects. Modulation, not repair. A critical distinction in herbal science is this: herbs do not fix the body in isolation. They do not replace deficient hormones, rebuild damaged tissues, or override physiology. Instead, they modulate biological pathways, influencing inflammation, oxidative stress, neurotransmission, digestion, immune signaling, and metabolic regulation. Their effects are therefore context-dependent, dose-dependent, time-dependent. The same herb can produce different outcomes depending on the individual's health status, existing medications, preparation method, and duration of use. Core principle. Herbs do not override biology, they interact with it. This is why responsible herbal use requires attention to dose. More is not inherently better. Preparation method: tea, decoction, tincture, whole food. Frequency and duration: acute versus chronic use. Individual context: health conditions, medications, life stage. When herbs are approached with this systems-based understanding, they shift from being seen as folk remedies or miracle cures to what they truly are: biologically active partners that work best when aligned with, not imposed upon, human physiology. 2. Turmeric, curcuma longa. Inflammation and beyond. Turmeric has been used for centuries in South Asian cooking and traditional medicine. Its most studied compound, curcumin, influences multiple inflammatory pathways, including NF-kappa B signaling. Research has consistently shown that curcumin exhibits anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, can reduce markers of inflammation in people with joint discomfort, influences digestive and liver enzyme activity. However, curcumin has low natural bioavailability, meaning the body absorbs it poorly unless combined with compounds like piperine from black pepper or fat. DIY: use culinary turmeric in soups, stews, and rice dishes. Simmered turmeric root or powder as a decoction, always paired with black pepper and a fat source. Cautions: high doses may cause gastrointestinal upset, can interact with blood-thinning medications, not appropriate for everyone in concentrated supplemental form. Scientific takeaway. 3. Ginger, Zingiber officinal, digestion and nausea support. Ginger's active compounds, gingerols and shoggols, have been shown to influence gastrointestinal motility in inflammatory signaling. Evidence supports ginger for reducing nausea, including motion-related and pregnancy-associated nausea, supporting digestive comfort, mild anti-inflammatory effects. Unlike some herbs, ginger has a relatively strong safety profile when used in culinary and tea forms. DIY use fresh ginger tea, sliced root, gently simmered, added to meals for both flavor and digestive support. Ginger-infused honey for occasional use cautions. Large amounts may increase bleeding risk. Concentrated extracts should be used cautiously. Scientific takeaway. Ginger is a classic example of a culinary herb with clinically relevant effects. 4. Chamomile, Matricaria chamomilla. Nervous system and sleep. Chamomile contains flavonoids such as apigenin, which interact with GABA receptors in the brain. The same inhibitory pathway targeted by many anti-anxiety medications, though far more gently. Research suggests chamomile may promote relaxation and mild anxiolytic effects, support sleep quality in mild cases of insomnia, ease digestive discomfort linked to stress. 5. Peppermint, Mentha piperita, digestive function and tension. Peppermint's menthol content influences smooth muscle relaxation, particularly in the gastrointestinal tract. This is why peppermint is commonly studied for irritable bowel symptoms. Evidence supports peppermint for reducing bloating and gas, easing digestive spasms, providing mild headache relief when used aromatically or topically. DIY use peppermint leaf tea after meals. Gentle steam inhalation for sinus comfort. Cautions, scientific takeaway. Peppermint's strength lies in functional digestion support, not detox narratives. 6. Echinacea, immune modulation, not immune boosting. Echinacea is often misunderstood. It does not boost immunity indiscriminately. Rather, it modulates immune signaling, particularly in early immune responses. Studies suggest echinacea may slightly reduce the duration or severity of upper respiratory symptoms. It is most effective when used at symptom onset. Results across studies are mixed, highlighting the importance of species, preparation, and timing. DIY use short-term use as tea or tincture at the first signs of illness. Cautions, not recommended for autoimmune conditions, not intended for long-term daily use. 7. Adaptogens, ashwagandha as an example. Adaptogens are herbs traditionally used to help the body respond to stress. Ashwagandha has been studied for its effects on cortisol regulation and perceived stress. Clinical trials show ashwagandha may reduce stress and anxiety scores, support sleep quality, improve subjective well-being. DIY use, taken consistently over weeks, not days, often prepared as decoctions or standardized extracts. Cautions not appropriate during pregnancy. It can affect thyroid function in some individuals. 8. DIY, herbal preparations, matching method to plant. Different plants require different preparation methods. Best for roots and barks. Simmer 15 to 30 minutes. Tinctures, concentrated extracts require careful dosing and reputable sourcing. Topicals only with proper dilution. Never apply essential oils directly to the skin. Rule: the tougher the plant material, the longer the extraction time. 9. Safety is part of wisdom. One of the most important principles of herbal education is this: natural does not mean harmless. Herbs can interact with medications, affect liver enzymes, influences blood pressure, blood clotting, and hormones. Long-term daily use of any herb should be intentional, informed, and periodically reassessed. Groups requiring extra caution include pregnant or breastfeeding individuals, people with autoimmune conditions, those taking prescription medications. 10. Common myths clarified. Myth: herbs are safe to take forever. Respecting plants and physiology. Herbal wisdom is not about chasing cures. It's about understanding plants as biochemical allies, using them thoughtfully, and respecting their limits. When grounded in evidence, herbs can support digestion, stress resilience, immune responses, and sleep. DIY preparations reconnect people with their health in practical ways. Scientific literacy protects against misuse and misinformation. Herbal Wisdom Fridays exist to bridge tradition and science, honoring both without exaggeration. If you'd like next, a rotating weekly herb spotlight series, printable herbal safety guides, or simplified versions for social media or email, just tell me how you'd like to expand the series.